Hey, what's going on everyone? This is me, yours truly RIGBYTE, and I welcome you all back to another episode. This is episode 4 of the Vault Hunters series. Last time we left off right here in front of the forge that we built, which is right behind me, and today's goal is going to be simple. We're going to be running some vaults and we're going to be doing some quests. Last time we left off, I made a crystal. I already have one ready in my inventory, so we are ready to run a vault. I just need to empty out my inventory. The elytra goes in here, and we do have, I need that, that's my axe, that's my pickaxe. There we go, we're ready to jump straight in. It is a elixir vault. Blood moon is the theme, which means painite and black opal is more common. And we have the horde modifier, which is going to be interesting. So that is a lodestone right there. And I have not seen this theme ever. And I have not been in this vault before. So this is going to be interesting. They don't do a lot of damage, so that's good. That is a vendor room right there. I do have the money, so I want to go check out what's in there. Let me just clear this POI first and get this loot. Wooden chests. Give me some vault plating, that's nice. And what's in? I'm gonna take that. That's a epic vault sword. Yeah, sure. It's been 3 minutes. Nothing of it's actually 3 minutes left till the vault is over. Nothing of interest really happened. Except the vendor room. I just sort of ran around, collected the loot, and completed the vault. We have enough elixir to exit now. Let me get this final ornate chest that is just sitting up there. There's a little bit of junk floating around me, but that's fine. We are back. We got 27k XP out of that, which is nice, and also a crate. So let me just dump everything that I don't need that's in my inventory into my junk backpack. Let's paste down this chest. Let's dump the loot I got. So there's some ores. There's also this vault gear. Inscription piece goes in there. And that epic sword that we got also goes in there. I mean, look at the backpack. Look at the amount of stuff we got. We got a good chunk of carbon, driftwood, vault diamonds, you name it. We have everything. That was a very successful vault, I would say. Got a lot of loot out of it. So let's just empty this out. There's a lot of stuff here that needs to be stored in its proper place, so to speak. So let me start putting everything into this chest. I don't think I have any more junk, but yeah, that's about it. Let's get all of that into my inventory and then let's start dumping it in. I mean, look at the amount of copper I have right there. That is a lot of copper, and we also have a good amount of ores mixed in as well. So that's always fun. At least you're not going to run out of copper anytime soon, but you know me. Copper is like one of the things that I used a lot the last time I was playing this mod pack, because a lot of recipes honestly do require carbon. So even that is probably not going to be enough. So let's empty everything in there. There we go. Let me also grab a vault rock from the storage right there. We're going to put it on the altar and we're going to start making the next crystal. Let's also go over here. Let's place this down and open it up. Oh, nice. That gives us an epic vault helmet. That's neat. That's actually amazing. So what does this need? Rose bushes, dripstone, deep slate, and rotten flesh. I do have rotten flesh. I don't have dripstone, which is sad. Roses, yes, I do have those. Let me grab those. Let me also grab some bone meal. And it needs deep slate, right? Normal deep slate? Yes, normal deep slate. I do have deep slate because I made my entire forge out of deep slate. So I just have it lying around in my storage. So let's dump that there. Rotten flesh goes there. As for the roses, we still don't have enough. We have 3, we need 11. Let me tell you all a neat trick with roses, or with any 2-block tall flower. You can bone meal them and get infinite flowers out of it, which is very neat. If you're wanting to collect dyes or just get a lot of these 2 tall flowers like the rose here. So that's neat. It just needs some bone meal and you have infinite flowers. So it's very useful. And here is the dripstone that I was looking for. It's right across my base. I just flew over here. So let me grab this and let's head back. There we go. That's the dripstone completed. So that's a new crystal right there. Let me dump that in there. There we go. There's the crystal. It's a level 26 crystal. We don't, of course, get to see the modifiers on it. But that's fine. Let's head back to the portal. Let's plop down the crystal. And we're ready for the next vault. Let me first roll these 2 things. The epic helmet and the epic sword. Because if they're good, we'll take them to the vault with us. Let's see what we got. That's a pretty decent sword. Level 24. And that's a pretty decent helmet. Again, level 24. Let's compare. Same armor, same ability power. It's not that. And as for the sword, it's slightly better. Actually, not really. It's similar. But it does give me shopping hit chance, which is good. So I'll take that. Let's just dump our old sword in there. And we are ready to jump in. We do have some skill points. We have 2 skill points. I think I'll put them in Fireball. Another thing is Poison Nova is not really doing much for me. So I think I'm going to unspec out of Poison Nova. Regret out of it. And put 2 points into Fireball. And then over here I think Sorcery seems good. But I think... where is it? Yeah, Intelligence would be better. It gives me +3 ability power. And at level 2 +6, which is a huge jump. So let's upgrade into that. We also have expertise points lying around. I was thinking about what to get. Fortunate seems really good. But I feel like Bounty Hunter is better. Because we can have 2 active bounties at level 3. We are currently at level 1. That brings us to level 2. And now we are truly ready to jump into the vault. There it is. Elixir Vault. There is no modifiers. This is no special theme. We have 25 minutes to clear the vault. Let's go. That's a dungeon right there. Okay, challenging. That's concerning. Let me just clear this POI and then we'll think if... Should we go in? Should we go in? I think we should. I think I can handle a dungeon. How hard can it be? I think we'll be fine. We have a firewall that does a good amount of damage. And there's a baby zombie. That's going to be problematic. Nope, get back. Please get back. Nope, get back. Okay, see, there is where shocking chance comes into play. It stuns mobs for a second. Okay, they do a decent amount of damage. So just whacking them from a distance is going to be my best bet. Fireball is on cooldown, so I'm going to have to wait for it to come back before I can use it. And these give me jewels, gilded chests. That's nice. Jewels are always useful. It's going to be helpful in making our next sickle, so that we can loot even faster and we get better loot overall. Well, let me clear my inventory. Let me dump all of these in here. Would you look at that? More zombies. Luckily for me, I have the ladder on my side, so I can just sit up here, not within reach. So I can just keep whacking them and they can't do anything to hit me back, which is very, very useful. Let's stab one down. Did lose a lot of HP there, which is nice. And here we are on to the next room. We have a few more zombies to clear, which is easy enough now. They don't do, as I said, a ton of damage, so they're not the hardest to deal with. There we go. That's the final zombie down. Let me get this chest. That's the floor boss. That's the dungeon boss. Okay, okay. Nope. Wait, hold on. Let me rethink this. Hello? I hope you can't climb this ladder. Okay, is he? No, he can. He can climb this ladder. Nope. Stay down. Nope. Hold on. I'm stuck. Get me out. Okay. We seem to be. It can teleport. Well, time to get my stuff back. That was expensive. On to quests. I don't really want to talk about what happened there. We got our stuff back at least. Animal pens. Let's talk about animal pens and magnets. There's a lot of quests that we have to do. We have animal pens, we have magnets, we have a bunch of seal quests that we need to get through. We need a soul diffuser, we need to get a catalyst infusion table, which we'll get to later. Inscription table, which again we'll get to later. Pilots, I actually don't know what that is. We'll get to that very later. Oh yeah, artifacts are important. You get them through walls, but we haven't found any. And well, would you look at that? We got the dungeon quest completed because we just died in one. So there's a bunch of quests that need to be done. We'll start with acquiring an animal pen. It's pretty simple. You need, for an animal pen, you need, wait, if I can spell that right, there we go. You need fences and, okay, I don't have a crafting menu here. Wall stone, and I also need fence. So that goes in a crafting table like so. Wait, no. Oh, it needs polished wall stone. My bad. Not the correct recipe. So polished wall stone. Make sure you grab the right kind of stone. Goes in the crafting table like so. And we get ourselves some nice animal pens. We already did make the animal jars. So this part of the quest is completed. Next up, magnets. So for the magnets, we need to come all the way over here to our forge. I have everything in my inventory. We needed the 9 gems. You can see magnets is completed. We just forged 1. Animal pens, done. Next is artisan station, which is right here. Just have to break it. There we go. So I already had that made. We made it in episode 1, I think, itself. But if you don't have it and if you want to know how to make it, that's how you make it. It's chromatic iron, anvil in the center, netherite at top, and 2 vault essence. What allows you to do is reroll stats for your gears. You need something called focuses that we just got from that quest itself. And this allows you to reroll different aspects of your weapon. Like the focus I'm using right now rerolls the prefixes and suffixes of the weapon. So let's do it a few times. It does cost gold. It also does cost vault plating. But as you can see, we get decent results out of it. Lucky chance is good. So next thing on the agenda is trinkets. The trinket table, we need some chromatic iron ingots, which I was out of, and there we go. We have ourselves the table. You place it down like so, and we can craft ourselves trinkets now. You can only craft the trinkets that you have found, and you do need trinket scrap, but you can now craft trinkets. Okay, I made a few things, like the modifier bench that I just showed you there, this thing right here, and I also made this thing, the catalyst infusion table, the wall soul diffuser. We already had the trinket forge, so don't have to speak about that. And inside here, you'll also see we have some new things, a skill altar and a wardrobe. Now, let's look at the quest book. So that's that done. That is also completed. And that's those 3 marked out as well. So pretty good. We got a bunch of quests done actually. The quest book is starting to look way cleaner now. So that is always nice. Looking at the new blocks, let's look at this thing, the skill altar. It allows you to save your skills, so you can have them stored. You can reuse them whenever you want. It allows you to save a build, basically is what it does. And the wardrobe also allows you to store gear for that particular build. So that's about what they do. But I guess that wraps up the quest section. We'll talk about these blocks later down the line. But yeah, that wraps up episode 4. I hope you all enjoyed. We did some balls, we did some questing. We didn't do a lot, but I hope you all enjoyed. This is going to be me, RIGBYTE, now signing off. If you did, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. This is going to be me now taking your leave. Take care, everybody. Stay safe. Bye bye.